Okay.
Spooky season.
This video is gonna be a little bit different. It's a bit later than when we filmed the vlog, and when I went back to edit the video, I realized that since we were so flustered and rushed and like crazed in Salem, the vlog doesn't make that much sense. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back and kind of frame the clips and narrate them a bit so that it makes a little bit more sense for you. You will see some clips of us talking while we're actually there, but there's really not a lot of footage like that, and we'll get into why during the video. Happy Saturday, everybody. We are headed somewhere that we've been talking about going to for several years now, but we never got the chance to go because it was kind of far away and hard to organize. But now that we moved to Massachusetts, we're heading to
Salem.
Yeah! So it is spooky season right now, so apparently Salem is really poppin'. We completely underestimated how hard it's gonna be to do everything that we want to do in Salem. The original plan was to go today, which is Saturday, October 17th, but then it was supposed to rain today, so we weren't gonna go today. And then it ended up being nice today, but even before then, I remember that we had already purchased tickets weeks ago to this walking tour. So we were like, okay, well, we're gonna have to go anyway. And then last night at midnight, I checked to see when you could start getting tickets for the Witch Museum, and apparently it's at midnight. The website was down for an hour and a half, and by the time I was able to get on at 1:30 in the morning, the only time available was 9 p.m. So today we are going to go to the Witch Museum at 9 p.m. and the walking tour that we're going to do, where we're going to hear about witches and things from the area. So that will be really fun, and then we're also going to try to do whatever else we can.
As much of the Hocus Pocus filming sites.
Yeah, that's
what I want to do, like that.
That's a goal. And whatever we can't do today, we're going to do probably tomorrow or maybe even next weekend. I'm telling you, it's very hard to get things for Salem this year. It's the year of 2020, everything's a mess, and they aren't doing a lot of their typical festivities, so I thought it wouldn't be so hard to get stuff. Way hard. I'm shocked that many people were on the website at midnight that the website crashed, and I couldn't get tickets till 1:30 in the morning. We're gonna see how it goes. Since everything's so hard to get, I don't know if that's because it's gonna be really crowded or if it's gonna be because yeah, they limited capacity so much. But when we first get there, we're gonna try to go to this restaurant because it says the wait time is 3 hours. 3 hours. So I just want to know if that's true, for one. Right now it's about 3 o'clock and we have our walking tour at 6 p.m. So I don't know. I just kind of want to see if we'll be able to get into that restaurant. If not, we'll try to go tomorrow or next weekend. And I have another place in mind just in case, but I don't know. The restaurant limited capacity is making me nervous, but we'll see. Good stuff. Good East Coast stuff. We made it to Salem, but there is crazy traffic to get anywhere once you get in here. So hopefully we can find somewhere to park and walk around. I don't know. We'll see. It's already looking spooky, and I don't just mean the bumper to bumper traffic. It's kind of just as I imagined it, but with a lot more cars.
So the first stop that we did in Salem was one of my favorite stops during the entire trip. It's one of the stops that I was most looking forward to, and that's Max and Danny's house.
From Hocus Pocus.
From Hocus Pocus.
There it is. Max and Danny's house. Just as expected. It's right on the water. That's the only surprise for me. Brandon is in line to get a picture right now, and I'm just showing you the surroundings. It really doesn't feel like it would be on the water from the movie, but it totally is.
So he's riding his bike home, and then you see Max basically pass by the house, and you know, it's a couple seconds. It's like a short little pan.
There's a painting of the house inside the house in the movie. After Danny, Max, and Allison think that they have defeated the witches, they go back to Max and Danny's house, and they go up into Max's room, and it has this little like loft thing on the top of the house, and it's pretty iconic, and you can see it very clearly here, which is so cool. We just left Max and Danny's house. It was really cute over there. We had a nice family take a picture of us in front of the house, so we'll put that in right here. Chick chick. And it wasn't too crowded over there. I was pretty surprised. We probably waited in line like 7 or so minutes.
Less than that.
Maybe, yeah, probably even less to get our picture. And it was really pretty over there by the water and everything. It was really nice. I'm so happy we got to go there. Now we're driving back towards the restaurant because once we get the text, we only have 5 minutes to get there, or they give our spot away, and I'm really hungry. I barely ate today, and it's 4 o'clock. So we also have the tours and stuff at kind of weird times, so this is really our only opportunity to eat today, so we can't really miss it. So we're gonna try to find parking and see how it goes. Okay, so I said that if we're more than 5 minutes past when our reservation, like when we get the text that our table's ready, they're gonna give away our table. That happened. We were 3 minutes late, so we weren't able to eat there, which was really unfortunate because I was really hungry. But the girl who worked there was super nice, and she was like, oh, you know what you can do? You can just order food for takeout, and you could just pick it up and eat it wherever. So that's what we did.
Yeah. I mean, in the end, it definitely, worked out for us. We found a little like side alley, and we were able to just eat in the side alley, but
you'll see that later.
Yeah.
We ordered the food. They sent us an email that the food was going to be ready in like 40 minutes or so. So we said, okay, that's good. That'll give us plenty of time to go to Town Hall, where they filmed Hocus Pocus, that I Put a Spell on You've seen, and Allison'S House.
Yeah.
So first we went to the Town Hall.
Yep.
We made it to the Town Hall. So this is the Town Hall where the parents all go to a party and dance the whole night away.
Oh, you got the correct line. I like that.
And Bette Midler comes in and sings I Put a Spell on You. So it's pretty iconic if you ask me.
But apparently they didn't film the actual scene in this town hall. They filmed it like on a set.
Yeah, it's not really sure, but this Town Hall is shown in the movie. And then after that, I checked my phone to see if they texted me that the food was ready, and it wasn't ready yet. So we were like, okay, let's go take a short walk to Allison'S house.
Yeah. So then that was a definite challenge because that walk became difficult to dodge people because there were a lot of people just hanging around, people waiting in lines and stuff. So that walk definitely became a little challenging for us.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We're walking to Allison'S house now. You can see the crowds up there. We've been doing a pretty good job staying away from them.
So by the time we got to Allison'S house, when we were at Max and Danny's house, the crowd level there was moderate. It was definitely bearable.
Yeah.
The line was short, and people were definitely friendly and willing to take each other's photos. When we got to Allison'S house, the line was way longer. Everyone was like more bunched together, and I didn't feel like the crowds there were that friendly.
I think everybody was really stressed at that point because of the crowds and everything, and everyone was literally standing in the middle of the street.
Yeah,
I don't understand why they were doing that.
Yeah. So this house, it's famous in the film. They land at this really huge mansion, which turns out to be Allison'S house.
Yes.
So then, they look up and they're like, wow.
Rich people.
Rich people live here.
Yeah, they said, I bet they're gonna make us drink cider or bob for apples.
Yeah. So then they enter in the house, and at the top of the stairs, who's at the top of the stairs?
Allison is.
Allison's at the top.
With her yabos.
Yabos. So that's the famous scene in this house.
But in real life, this This house is also famous. It's called the Ropes Mansion.
Supposedly very haunted.
Yes, and it's owned by the Peabody Essex Museum, so you can actually pay to take a tour of this house because it's famous not just for Hocus Pocus. And we didn't get to do that. I don't even know if they're doing them right now with Corona and everything going on, but you can do it during regular times.
After we took pictures in front of Allison'S house, the only thing that we weren't able to do was take a couple picture in front of Allison'S house. We took solo pictures. We'll insert those pictures here.
So then we walked back to the restaurant. I never got an email that the food was ready, but it had been the time that they said, even a little bit longer.
Yeah, definitely over the 40 minutes.
So I was like, you know what, let's just go to the restaurant and check. The food was ready, and they just forgot to email me, and that's what happened. The food was ready. So we picked it up, and we walked to the nearby where our tour was, because at that point it was like 5:30, and our tour was at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, so we found a alleyway that was nearby. Sounds a little sketchy, but I mean, it really worked for us. You'll see a little clip in this coming section. We found a little ledge that we were able to sit on, have our quote-unquote dinner.
This is my burrito bowl. It looks really, really good. I'm excited to eat some. Do you like your food?
I had a burrito, and it was definitely good. But I just felt rushed, and I didn't feel at peace just because we were eating in an alleyway, and you know, I was just not comfortable. So I think because of the environment that we were in, and because you know, the day was kind of not turning out the way that we had expected, the food kind of took the hit, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Mine was pretty good. It wasn't anything special. It was just like vegetables and beans, and rice. It was really good. It just, you know, I don't understand the 3-hour wait based on the food.
No.
What I'm saying.
No. Yeah. So I mean, the food, the burrito was great, but I don't know. It was just kind of like I was feeling rushed, and the tour was in 30 minutes. Luckily, the alleyway that we were eating in was basically a 30-second walk to the tour that we had.
Yeah, that was on purpose because I knew that we wouldn't have time.
Yeah.
To do anything otherwise. So let's talk about the tour a bit. We weren't allowed to film during the tour, so I tried to take some notes, but I don't know if I'll be able to decipher them now because I didn't want her to think I was texting and being rude, which is so dumb, but like, it's true. This house where there were like these strange murders there, and it took a really long time for them to solve those murders, and the person who was murdered was Captain White, and there were these underground tunnels that led through his house from outside into inside, and there were just all these weird kind of things surrounding what had happened and how it had happened, which has actually led to the board game Clue. I don't know. The stories weren't really that exciting, to be honest with you.
No. Overall, my overall thoughts about the tour, it was definitely way more walking than content. We've done a tour similar to this in New Orleans. I thought the one in New Orleans was it was definitely a little bit better because
way better.
Yeah, because the stories were more in depth.
I think that if we hadn't have gone to New Orleans, we might have liked the tour better.
Mm-hmm. And we only got maybe 5 stories, or we went to 5 different locations.
And they were quick.
Yeah.
Quick.
So nothing really like hefty or in depth.
The only thing was in the gardens behind the Ropes Mansion, which is also Allison'S house. There's apparently a lot of like paranormal activity there. The people who lived there originally died in a fire or something. This one did have a long backstory, but I don't remember it that well. But there was a fire there, and then since that fire, there have been, I think, 5 unexplained fires in the Ropes Mansion.
Yeah.
So that one was interesting, and the gardens were like eerie. So after that, we went to get some ice cream and walk around a little bit. We had a reservation for the Salem Witch Museum.
Yeah.
At 9 o'clock.
You're sitting in this room, and all around the room there are these kind of like figures and statues, and there's like a narrator who like narrates a story.
Think of animatronics that don't move. And we weren't allowed to take videos here either.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So there's a narrator basically giving you the story of, you know, the 1693 Salem Witch Trials. I believe that's the year, right?
That went right out of my head, so I believe you.
So basically, you know, the narrator's talking about the witch trials. So as the narrator's describing the story and, you know, saying history and stuff, these spotlights are hitting the animatronics,
that don't move.
The figurines, the statues, whatever you want to call them, that correspond to that section of the story that he's telling. After that, we went into another room where they basically talk about witches and talk about like scapegoats and, you know, how history is kind of continuing to repeat itself in certain ways. My opinion on the Salem Witch Museum, it was interesting. You know, it was good that we did it, to say that we did it, but I would definitely never do it ever again. I was very disappointed because our seat in that first room was right against one of the walls, so there were at least 3 or 4 scenes that were behind us that we were not able to see. So in the beginning, the guy was like, at one point or another in this presentation, there's going to be a scene behind you. Feel free to get up and, you know, move your seat or whatever. But like, no one was necessarily doing that. Everyone was kind of just in their seats. So
if we stood up, we would have been blocking everybody.
Yeah, but I didn't feel that this museum was that educational. Or
I disagree. I don't think you needed the scenes. They were just there for extra pizzazz, and it was scary pizzazz. I didn't like the pizzazz. So I thought it was really interesting to hear the story. I think it was very educational. It was really sad to hear about the Salem Witch Trials because they were basically started by a bunch of kids messing around. And the witch trials went on for hundreds of years, and they were much worse in Europe. But in Salem specifically, they were started by kids messing around, and it just turned into hysteria. And it was really sad to hear about it. And then I thought it was really interesting to hear the connections that they were using in the second room between the witches and scapegoats now, like after Pearl Harbor, when Japanese Americans were put into camps and things like that. Like, people are looking for scapegoats, and during the witch trials, it was women who were maybe a little bit odd, and then, you know, that's progressed into other things in history.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but in high school, I had so much history on the Salem Witch Trials. My teachers, like,
I didn't really have that much, no.
So yeah, like all the stuff that they were talking about, I definitely knew prior. I just thought that the museum would be different. I thought we would like walk through, like, you know how museums you just walk through your own pace, and there's not like, you know, presentations or anything like that.
That's what I was expecting and hoping for. I wouldn't go back to the Salem Witch Museum, but I do think it was educational if you don't know a lot about the Salem Witch Trials already, which I don't.
That was about all we were able to do.
Yeah, we were exhausted at the end of the day.
Yeah.
We got these shirts though. I think they're cool.
So overall, what did you think about Salem?
Salem was so crowded. Do not go to Salem in October. In hindsight, we should have only done the Hocus Pocus sites, and even then, we shouldn't have gone.
Yeah. So during our tour, the tour guide told us she doesn't live in Salem, but she lives in a neighboring town, so she knows a lot about like the population and, you know, crowd levels and stuff. She said during the off season, when Salem's not really crowded, the population's about 40,000. During the month of October, the population rises up to 500,000.
That's insane.
Their tourism rate just skyrockets through the roof just because of spooky season.
Right, and I didn't think it was going to be like that at all.
No,
I don't know why. I think that was just like naivety on our part, where we were like, people probably aren't really going out that much right now, so, and they're not doing most of the haunted happenings, which they usually do. Like, it's a low-key season this year for Salem. We should be fine.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, those crowds were anxiety-inducing. You couldn't find anywhere to eat. You couldn't go into the shops because the lines were long to get into the shops. It was just absolute chaos. I would not ever do it again, and I would not recommend that you do it. The Hocus Pocus sites are there all year. It's there all year.
Everything's there all year.
It's just a town.
Yeah. So, honestly, doing Salem in October really reminds me of going to New York City during Christmas time.
Oh yeah, Rockefeller Center.
Yeah.
New York City, Christmas time, it is the same thing.
Yeah, so I don't know if any of you guys have gone to the city during Christmas time, but going to New York during Christmas time is not really pleasant.
Yeah.
I love going to see the decorations in Christmas time, but the crowd level just skyrockets and it's not pleasant. I do not like dealing with crowds.
Pro tip, go on New Year's Day. Nobody's there, but all the decorations are still up, and it's still very beautiful.
A little side note.
With minimal people there.
Yeah.
But that's not Salem. That's New York City.
Yeah. We have talked about going back in November, trying to see if we can finish seeing the remainder of the Hocus Pocus sites. We want to see the cemetery. We want to see Thackeray Binks's house.
I just kind of want to start over. Like, I just want to, like, a Salem redo, because it was a really cute town.
Yeah.
It was really cute.
Yeah. So, I mean, just realize that if you're going to go to Salem during October, you're getting yourself into a real big mess.
Don't do it.
I do have a little update for you. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah.
Okay. I was driving home the other day, and I saw this billboard, and the billboard said, all October celebrations in Salem are canceled. It was breaking news literally this week.
It was literally on the news. Like, we watched it on the news.
So, literally this week, the governor and the mayor and council and all the, representatives for the area basically came together and were like, we can't have this.
Yeah.
We're still in times of coronavirus.
Yeah, they were like, we have to shut down Salem. And they did. And they needed to, because everybody was on top of you at every second of the day, and it was just the worst.
Yeah, so on weekends, if you don't get there by 12 noon, you're not getting into the city.
Yeah, you can't park anywhere.
And then even during the week, they're only extending that 2 hours. So during the week, Monday through Friday, if you're not there parked by 2 p.m., you're not getting into the city.
Yeah.
So they are limiting crowds or limiting garages. They canceled literally all the celebrations that they do.
The good thing was, it was really cute to see a lot of people dressed as the Sanderson sisters, and we saw a dog dressed as the spider, which was the highlight of my trip. And I don't know, it was really cute. We have ideas and a better idea for the layout of the town for when we go back, when it's less crowded.
Yeah. Like you said, Salem is a really, really cute city. Has so much history, has such a rich history, and it's such just like a spooky town. New Orleans was a spooky town. Has a lot of history to it, and just we were so looking forward to this for years.
Yeah.
This was something that we had planned on our bucket list for years. Even before we started dating, honestly.
Yeah.
And it was such a negative first impression because of such big crowds and because of the coronavirus. We're just hoping that the second time we go is definitely a better environment.
Yeah, I feel like overall, my advice, go to Salem, not in October. We're gonna give it a try at some point. We will film it for you guys. Hopefully it won't be so frustrating again, and we'll actually get some footage for you, and it won't just be us sitting on our couch talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, I love Salem. I think it's a really cute city. I can't wait to go back. It's just we have to properly plan for the appropriate time where there's not going to be 500,000 people. We need to go when there's 40,000.
Right, literally 500,000 people. Anyway, we learned our lesson. Hopefully you learned our lessons so you don't have to learn it for yourself. And I think that's pretty much all we've got.
All right. In the comment section down below, let us know if you have a specific city or vacation that you're looking forward to go to.
Yeah, let us know. And if you've been to Salem, let us know. And if you like Hocus Pocus, like this video. And I'm sure you do like Hocus Pocus, because who doesn't?
Little known fact for you guys. When Hocus Pocus went into the box office, it bombed. It was not popular. It was very funny because now it's just such a huge classic that everyone watches during Halloween spooky season.
It became a cult favorite and then grew from there.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's just a bunch of Hocus Pocus.
All right.
And we're off.
See you on the next video.
Bye.